My name's Luke. Today I want to talk to you about over the bar line playing. Over the bar line playing will really free you up. Once you internalize the music, this is another way for you to let the music speak and roll in new directions, and you can let your creativity handle the music in different directions than you normally would. So really quickly, I want to demonstrate what it means to play a fill that is more stereotypical of maybe an intermediate student drummer, where they play on the one, maybe on the end of four, and show you just kind of what that means to play on the bar line. So there's nothing necessarily wrong about playing on the one or on the end of four. Oftentimes it's actually the best call to make when you're setting up a big band, when you want to let someone know where the form is. All these things are very important when you want to play on the bar line. Now I just want to demonstrate how changing it up with the right mindset and knowing when to do it, the timing of it, you can see how it affects the way the music flows, and it gives it a different texture. 1, 2, 1, 2. Most of the great drummers, they would play and they would know exactly how to stretch the bar line. They would know always where one is. They do all these things that allowed the music to breathe. One of the first guys to do this was Clarke. Kenny was the father of modern drumming because he switched to playing the time from the hi-hat to the ride cymbal, which in today's musical world is very standard. Back then, it was not quite as standard. Back then, people played here, and they would always play the one. Kenny switched to the ride cymbal and allowed himself to play the two. He allowed himself to play the four. He played fills that were a little less conventional, and he set the band up in different ways. I can give you a little demonstration of something that Kenny would do. A little less one-oriented, more accented on the 2 and 4. Try that here. 1, 2, 3. By doing this, he allowed the band to play differently, and it edged in a new style of music, which was bebop. And sometimes Kenny gets overlooked for people like Max Roach, but if you haven't checked out Kenny Clarke, great person to check out, great beat, good intro into leading how to play over the bar line. Other great drummers that play over the bar line would be Roy Haynes, Paul Motion, Jack DeJohnette, to name a few. They were great at keeping the form, and they would play polyrhythmic ideas that would allow for different colors and different feelings within the beat. For example, getting out of the idea of fills and more into the idea of soloing. If you want to play over the bar line, you can use Hemiolas is a great way to start. So if you have time here, you can play the eighth notes in groups of 3 instead of groups of 4. So it sounds something like this. Now I'll show you what it sounds like to do it on the drum set, utilizing the whole kit. 1, 2, 3. this would bring you back to the 1, but in a way that wasn't so based around the 4. You could also change it up again. You could play, you could accent triplets in groups of 4, which is another hemiola and gives you another feeling. And that would sound something like this. 1, 2, 3. So these are just a couple of ideas that you might want to use to get out of a repetitious cycle that maybe you've been feeling. If you want to try breaking it up in different groups of 3s and 4s, if you want to play on 2s and 2s, play on 4s instead of always landing your fills on the 1. These are great ways to open up your playing and allow the music to stretch. Go get yourself a metronome, a pair of Vic Firth sticks, and get practicing. 1, 2,